In this video, we'll be discussing three different types of methods. We'll be discussing the split, slice, and join methods. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to understand how to break strings into arrays using split, combining arrays back into strings using join, and extracting specific parts of strings using slice. So let's get started with the split method. So the split method breaks a string into an array using a separator. So let's define a sentence here, and we've let sentence equal I love learning JavaScript. So we want to split each sentence at the space for here, and we want to put it into an array. So each individual word will be a different element of the array at a different index. So let's let words equal sentence, and then we want to split the sentence at each space. And we are going to just print the new sentence here, or the array I should say. And let's run that, and it splits it into I love learning JavaScript. So each word is now a different element of the array. So now let's split by commas. So the beauty of the method split is that we can split using commas, dashes, spaces, basically anything. So let's get rid of this, and I'm going to say let data equal apple, banana, orange, grape, and we want to split at each comma. So we're going to do the same thing, but instead of splitting at a space, we're going to write a comma in there. So we're going to say let words, or let's call it fruits, equal data dot split, and we are going to split at the comma, and then we are going to print out fruits. So this will give us an array of fruits that have been split at the comma. And as you can see, apple, banana, orange, grape are now all elements of an array at different indexes within the array. So now let's split by every character. So to split by every character, we pass an empty string. So let me write a word here, and the word will just be hello. So we are going to let letters equal word dot split, and here we're going to create an empty string. So that's where the program knows that we want to split by each individual character rather than a word or at a comma or at a space, etc. So let's print out letters here, and this will print out each individual letter of hello, so H-E-L-L-O. So as you can see, using an empty string will separate each character from a word, or even if we put hello world here and we ran this, it would separate each individual character from the phrase here. So now let's discuss the join method. So the join method is essentially the opposite of the split method. So we're basically gluing everything back together with the join method. So it combines an array of elements into one string. So let's define an array here called colors that hold the values of red, green, and blue. And let's say we want to join each of these elements with commas and spaces. So we're going to say let color string equal colors dot join, and we want to separate by a comma and space. So we're just going to print out color string, and let's run this, and it will give us a string with red comma space, green comma space, and blue. And as you can see, each element in this array is now separated by a comma and space. So now let's use the split and join methods together. So let's remove this here, and we are going to let sentence equal JavaScript is fun. So first we want to split the words at spaces. So we're going to say let words equal sentence dot split, and we are going to separate at the spaces. So we're going to write a space in there. And then next, let's say we want to join them with dashes instead of spaces. So we're going to say let result equal words dot join, and we're going to put a dash in the middle here. And let's print out the results. And now instead of it saying JavaScript is fun, we will now say JavaScript is fun, but with dashes in between each word. And this is because we have split the sentence into an array, and then we join it back together with these dashes in between each word. So now let's discuss the slice method. So the slice method allows you to extract a portion of a string by giving it start and end positions. So let's start with the phrase, programming is awesome. And let's say we want to slice from index 0 to 11. So let part equal phrase.slice, and the starting index you are going to write first, and then the final index you're going to write second. And we are going to console.log this, and it should give us the word programming, because we are starting at index 0, and then we're taking 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we are taking that and essentially printing it. So we're just taking from index 0 to 11. Okay, so now let's slice from the end. So we can do this by using negative numbers to slice from the end of the string. So we are going to let text equal just the word JavaScript. And let's say we want to take the last 6 characters from the word JavaScript. So we're going to say let end part equal text.slice -6. So in this case, you don't need a start and end position. You can just write negative and then the amount of characters you want to take from this sentence, phrase, or word. And then we're going to console.log this, and it should just print out script. So this is because we are taking the last 6 characters. So we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're taking this from the end, and we're starting from right and moving left until we have reached a value of 6. So that is how you slice from the end. And now let's try to combine all 3 of these methods together. So we're going to combine split, join, and slice. So let's start off with this variable that holds the string large space here, I love JavaScript so much, large space. So this large space looks quite messy, so we're going to use a new method called trim. And what trim does is it essentially will take any white space away from a string value. So let me write a comment here, and we're going to say trim. So with trim, what we do is we're going to define a variable and just write messy sentence.trim. And let's print this out to just show what it outputs. So as you can see now, all of that white space is gone because we have trimmed it from the string. And so that's how trim works. And now let's discuss the other methods we talked about today. So next, let's split the words using commas. So let's split, and we are going to say let words equal clean dot split, and we're going to split at the commas. And of course, if we print this out, it will provide us with an array with each word as a different value in the array. So now let's join them back together with spaces, so it actually makes it into a sentence. So we are going to let joined equal words dot join, and we're going to put a space here. So now if we print this, it'll give us "I love JavaScript so much" as a normal sentence or normal string value. But we're not done here. Let's say we want to slice just part of the sentence. So we want to slice from index 2 to 18. So to do this, we want to let final equal joined dot slice 2 to 18. And then we're going to print out the final value. And this should just print out "love JavaScript." So this is because we have sliced from index 2, so 1, 2, and then it prints out all the way to index 18. So that is how we combine everything together. So now I'm going to write down a practice challenge for the end of the video here for you to solve, and I will show how to solve it as well. But I want you guys to attempt it on your own first. Okay, so given the string, let message coding underscore is underscore really underscore fun with an exclamation mark, split the string into an array using the underscore as a separator, join it back using spaces, slice only the first 12 characters of the result, and then log everything step by step. So give this a try and pause the video, and I will now show you how to attempt this question. So first we are going to write out the message outside of the comments. So now let's split. So we're going to say let's split, or split message equal message dot split, and we're going to split at the underscore. So the next thing we want to do is we want to join it back using spaces. So to do this, we're going to say let joined message equal split message dot join, and we are going to join with spaces, and then we want to slice the first 12 characters. So we want to slice from 0 to 12. So we are going to use the join message dot slice, and we're going to go from 0 to 12. And we're going to console.log this, and we're going to console.log sliced message. So let's run this, and it'll print out coding is re. And this is because we are taking the joined message and we are slicing from index 0 to index 12. So let me just print out here what the actual output would be. So coding is really fun. So we are slicing from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But we're starting from 0. So it takes from essentially index 0 and then to 12. But it doesn't print out the 12th element. It only prints till 11. And that is because 0 to 11 will provide us with 12 elements. So that is how we use the split, join, and slice methods. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you for the next video.